Gary, a 1-1 draw. You must be pleased with the second half. Can you give me your thoughts on the performance?
Yeah, really pleased with the second half in terms of our application and desire to try and win the game. And our character once again, I think it's just the other side of a game that we're just struggling to find at the moment to turn some of these gritty performances into wins. You know, if you look at the start of the game, I think the way that Fulham play, you can see they've got some very good forward players. But, you know, for them to come here and change the team completely and change the system and to play 4 centre-halves across the defensive line, to play Ince and Parker as 2 sitting midfielders, you could see there wasn't an awful lot of space. And I just felt first off we needed to get the ball out onto the right-hand side. That was, you know, whenever the ball was left, we needed to switch the ball for our midfielders and get the ball out onto this free side, because I just felt with Heinemann playing as a defensive winger almost, but we could get opportunities, and we did. You know, whenever we did that, we actually created some decent things with Cots and Caddy. Couldn't quite take the 1 or 2 opportunities we had, conceded a very poor goal. A couple of counter-attacks, we were just really sloppy. I think they probably should have scored before that. Very sloppy. I think the goal, I'm sure that Thomas will feel he should have done an awful lot better. So probably a little bit disappointing in that sense. At half-time, we asked them for character, we asked them to come out and throw everything at it. I think we did again. We get the goal early enough for there to be time for us to chase it. We end up with, you know, making attacking changes. We end up with 2 strikers on the pitch. We've got a lot of balls into the box. I think the one moment you can look is pivotal again. You can look at the Wolves game and say there was 2 or 3 moments. Here there was probably one main moment, and that was Clates' chance with Digger hits the post. It comes back, hits the keeper. Sits up, and you just think, oh, can you just put your foot on it and score? And it's probably harder to miss at that point, and he just ends up scooping it over the bar. But he's destroying their Clates. I've just said to him, listen, you've won us games this season. That's the way it goes. You know, we're an honest group, and at the moment it's just that tiny bit of quality that you'd like. You know, when you look at the other team and you see the likes of Dembele, Kearney and McCormack, and you see the goals that they've got in them. And there's once or twice you look and think, you know, if we just had one of those in our side to maybe finish off a chance. But we're great, and we've got loads of character. Just a little bit of quality at the end of the day that we're probably just missing at the moment in front of goal.
Speaking of Clayton Donaldson, it's hard to be tough on him because he's such a big part in how he plays, isn't he?
Well, we are what we are. You know, I think that I walked off at half-time and someone shouted, go 4-4-2. Well, you know, we were 4-4-2 for 14 games at the start of last season. We were second from bottom in the league. There was lots of space in midfield, and we got counter-attacked. And you can see today that whenever you leave lots of space, that's what happens. I just think in certain areas of the pitch, we just have to have a tiny bit more quality. We've got in enough positions, we've got in enough crossing positions, we've put enough balls into the box. But sometimes where you want someone to pick someone out and have a good finish, we hit a body. I've got to say to Fulham, you know, they dropped in and made it very compact, very hard to find any space today. I think perhaps we went a little bit too direct first half at times when we needed to show a bit more quality. Like I said, switch the ball quicker from side to side and find our space, which was almost a 2v1 down the right. But again, just couldn't quite find the finish. But once again, I'm coming off saying that we've given it everything we can second half to find that goal that was so elusive.
International break next weekend. Has it come at the perfect time with so many games coming in April?
Well, again, you know, I think we needed to win today's game. I'm not suggesting that the game's up in terms of the playoffs, but I think, you know, the results went okay for us apart from the Sheff Wednesday and the Derby one. You look at there's one space available probably, and you almost need someone to falter. So we've got to get on a run of games where we need to start winning games. And we need to have a go at doing that. And like I said before, after this international break, you'd hope that everyone would be back and flying. You know, we hope that Diego will be fit and ready to contribute. Obviously, we've got a decision to make whether we would go and bring another player in. But again, we're creating chances, we're creating opportunities. We just can't quite seem to finish it off. So, you know, I'm not suggesting I don't think the international break is horrendous for us, but I think at the minute, you know, you almost rather just come out again Tuesday and have another go and seeing if we can win a game of football. But as it is, we're going to have to wait a couple of weeks.